What up, baby? Marjack79 here. We are back again today with another top 10. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. That's right. We are into 2020. It is January the 3rd. The time of the filming of this video. Top 10s, man. I really like doing these. They are really fun, and it's a little bit copycatish, but you know, I've been seeing a whole bunch of big channels and small channels too doing their top 10 video games of the decade from 2010 to 2019. And I'm like, I think it's time for me to jump into this foray as well. I was a big gamer myself, still am. I'm currently playing Luigi's Mansion 3. So we're just gonna go through and I'm gonna tell you all of my favorite games from 2010 and the games that I've always wanted to play from each year that I never got to play. Let's get right to it. 2010. Easy choice for me, Super Mario Galaxy 2. This is easily one of my favorite games of all time. I loved every minute of this game. And to be completely honest, it's probably in my top 3 most favorite games of all time, man. Some easy honorable mentions also was God of War 3 that came out that year as well. That was an amazing experience and probably easily my favorite PlayStation game of the year. Also played the original Red Dead Redemption that year as well. So, yeah, man. So, definitely my most favorite game, Super Mario Galaxy 2, with some quick runner-ups being God of War 3 for PlayStation 3 and the original Red Dead Redemption 1 for PlayStation 3. So, a game that I always wanted to play from that year, actually a franchise that I always wanted to play, but I just never had the time to jump into, Mass Effect 2. That came out that year too, man. I just for one reason or another, between work and I was in college then too, so maybe that's why. But Mass Effect 2 would definitely be the game that came out in 2010 that I never got to play, that I would still like to play to this day. So a few of the runner-ups first. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Wii. Absolutely love this game, man. I know a lot of people hated on the motion controls for the one-to-one sword action, but I thought it was great. I really didn't have any issues with it at all. I loved my playthrough with it. Storyline, I still think it's one of the best Zelda storylines that we've ever come across. I mean, I think this Link and Zelda have the closest relationship out of any Link and Zelda in the entire franchise. So, yeah. Another quick runner-up, Uncharted 3. That's right. I've always been a huge fan of the Uncharted franchise, and this was a stellar sequel to one of the best games of all time in Uncharted 2. Not quite as good as 2, but still a very, very good conclusion to the original trilogy. But the top spot for me goes to Batman Arkham City, man. I loved this game. Easily the best Batman game of all time, and arguably the best comic book game of all time. Yeah, I love this game, man. It was so good. Storyline to the combat system, just the cinematics, storyline. It's all absolutely masterful. Yep. Not even really much else to say about it, you know. I love this game. That's all there is to it, man. But I tell you what, man, a game that I honestly never get a chance to play in 2011. Yeah, some of y'all are probably going to hate me for this, but Skyrim. I never played it, man. I know, just those huge MMOs, man, they were just never my cup of tea. I actually tried playing Skyrim 2. I put like a couple of hours into it, but it just didn't grab me. I don't know, man. You know, I'm sure, you know, I definitely agree with it still being one of the best games of all time. But I think maybe, you know, in my older years, I kind of want to jump back into it and experience the story. But, you know, I don't know. But yeah, if it was definitely one game from 2012 that I regret, or 2011, I'm sorry, that I regret not playing, it's definitely Skyrim. So weirdly enough, 2012 was kind of an off year for gaming for me. I really didn't play a whole lot of games from 2012, man. But the ones that I did play, I don't have any action figures from, believe it or not. It's crazy. The two best games that I played from 2012 would definitely be Borderlands 2 and Journey. Now, if I had to pick between the two of them, which I would say what would be my favorite game from 2012, it would definitely be Journey. I love Borderlands 2. I put in at least 80 something plus hours into it, but the cinematic experience of Journey was just more than just a video game for me. It was an experience for sure. It's even tough to even call it a video game because there wasn't really any challenge to it at all. It was just an artful masterpiece. Yeah, there you go, an artful masterpiece. Now, if it was one game from 2012 that I regret not playing that everybody seemed to love, would definitely be the original The Walking Dead Telltale game series. That was the year that first was released to the public, and I never played it. So now, of course, in 2019, the entire story has been spoiled for me, so it's kind of no point for me to try to play it now, but definitely probably would have been cool to try to experience that back in 2012. So that would definitely be the game that I regret not playing. 2013, another brilliant year for gaming, arguably one of the best years for gaming, gave us the original Grand Theft Auto 5, arguably one of the greatest games of all time, man. Obviously, I put at least about 60, 70 hours into this brilliant masterpiece. Loved every minute of it, man. But is it my favorite game from that year? No, unfortunately not. Could it be BioShock Infinity? Another stellar game from that year. Loved every minute of it. What's funny is I didn't even play BioShock Infinity until it was a free experience on PlayStation Plus, because I had never really been a BioShock fan, but when it was free on PlayStation Plus, I just decided to give it a try on a whim, and man, easily one of the greatest gaming decisions I ever made. But in my opinion, both of those experiences kind of pale, so at least story-wise, in comparison to my favorite game from 2013, which is, of course, The Last of Us for PlayStation 3. I love this game, man. This is still probably one of the best story experiences that I've ever played in my life. Definitely the story of Ellie and Joel. I cannot wait for the freaking sequel, man. I can't wait. when it comes to that discussion for everybody's top 10, top 5 greatest games of all time, if The Last of Us is not somewhere within that list, really have to question your gaming pantheon of selections, man. For sure. Now, 2013, a game that I regret not playing that year. Pretty easy selection. A Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. That's right, man. I just never got a chance to play it. I've never really been a huge handheld gamer, so I never played it. The Legend of Zelda is one of my favorite franchises of all times, and I've never played A Link Between Worlds, arguably one of the greatest Zelda games of all time. So I know, like, how could you? How could you? I know, I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah. 2014, a huge year for Nintendo, man. Yeah, a lot of stellar Nintendo titles came out this year. Mario Kart 8, love this game, man. This is easily probably my most favorite Mario Kart of all time. Yeah, Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U, another stellar entry in the Smash Brothers franchise. Was it my favorite? No. Did I like it better than Melee? No. But the huge assortment of characters, amazing, and it was the stepping stone that eventually got us to probably the best Smash Brothers game in Ultimate. So you don't have Ultimate without Wii U, so you have to respect it, man. Definitely. But my favorite game 2014 for sure would have to be Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U. That's right, man. This was such a fun game, man. When it comes to like action fighting games and stuff like that, and I feel like this was definitely the pinnacle that came out this particular year for sure. It was an easy choice. Of course, I'm a huge Smash Brothers guy. I'm a huge Mario Kart guy. But when it came to just that single player experience, man, this was a no-brainer. It was definitely Bayonetta 2 all the way. Just a quick tip. This Bayonetta figure has taken some tumbles. Her glasses are broke. I had to super glue them back together. Gun's a little bit crooked. Definitely not my best posing skills on display there. Just saying. 2014, video game I've always wanted to play. South Park, The Stick of Truth. So, South Park's funny. I've always been a South Park fan. It's a funny ass show. Never got to play that game, man. You know, just I don't know. I still want to play it though. You know, it is what it is. 2015, another solid year for gaming for your boy. Mortal Kombat 10 came out this year, man. It was easily probably my favorite Mortal Kombat that ever got released. I've been following this franchise for its entire lifespan. You got all the originals right there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's right, man. But was it my favorite game of the year? No, not really. I also played Batman Arkham Knight that year too. I think it's easily that Batman Arkham City is the best when it comes to those franchise of games. So yeah, that's where I stand on that. And when it comes to my favorite game of the year, definitely Super Mario Maker for the Wii U. That's right, man. This was such a new, unexpected experience in the pantheon of Mario games, from the story mode to just to be able to create your own level, to playing everybody's created level. Such a fun experience. I put so many hours into this game, man. Yeah, without a doubt, Super Mario Maker was my favorite game in 2015. So most definitely the most difficult game that I've had to put on this list thus far, that I have never had the pleasure of playing. 2015, we all know The Witcher 3 came out that year. Never played it, man, unfortunately. I know, it's crazy. So mad at myself for never giving that game a chance to just to experience it. Just never played it, man. That's all there's to it. I don't know. I do definitely want to play it one day. I might pick it up for the Switch, man. It's definitely on my list of things to do before I die. But, you know, life happens, man. Life happens. 2016. I really didn't play a whole lot this year, man. So, my only choice for 2016, Uncharted 4. Easy. That's all there's to it. It was an amazing conclusion to the Uncharted franchise. So happy to have gotten to play it, expanded upon the formula that we've known for years, and I loved it. Such a good game, man. Definitely. 2016 game that I regret not ever giving a chance to get into, Overwatch. It just hit me at the wrong time. Man, I was already an adult, into my career, had a family, infant daughter, wife. Online multiplayer games are just tough for me to get into at that stage and point of life, you know. So definitely still want to try it out eventually. I know it's a little bit late in the game now, but Overwatch, definitely a game I regret not being able to give it a try in 2016. 2017, probably easily one of my favorite years for gaming of all time, man. Jesus Christ, I played a lot of games this year. Horizon Zero Dawn, Nair, Autonoma. Easily my favorite PlayStation games of the year for sure. I loved them. Such fun experiences, man. But when it comes to my favorite games of the year, definitely it is a tie between Super Mario Odyssey. That's right. Super Mario Odyssey and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I mean, if somebody had a gun to my head and I had to pick just one, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. I'm sure all the Mario crazies is like, what are you doing? And all the Zelda crazies is like, what are you doing? But I mean, I did put 300 plus hours into Zelda and put like 60 into Mario. So if we're going based off of that aspect, you would think I enjoyed Zelda a little bit more. This game was so fun. It was so much fun, man. But this game was so much fun too. I can't choose. I promise I won't make any more ties for the remainder of this list. Yeah. And the one game that I regret not playing that year, just a simple one, Cuphead. Just looked like a really cool game. It was an Xbox exclusive. And here we go. You're right. Sorry, man. I'm a Nintendo and PlayStation guy. I mean, obviously, if you follow my channel, it should be pretty fucking obvious. Yeah. All right, moving on. 2018 gave us the amazing Spider-Man for PlayStation 4. I love this game. Loved it so much. But unfortunately, it just came out in a year where so many other stellar freaking titles came out as well. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out this year as well. God almighty. Easily the best Super Smash Brothers of all time. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate came out this year as well. I loved those 3 games. But there was one game that stood above the rest that just had to take the top spot. Boy, I mean, come on. God of War, man. PlayStation 4, masterpiece. Masterpiece level storytelling, combat, puzzle solving. Just so good. So good. I've always been a follower of this franchise since day one. I played them all, and this is easily my favorite one. I don't know, maybe kind of a tie with that one and God of War 3. But man, I love this game. I really did. Even more so than my beloved Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, man. Probably the game that spurred to get me back into the collection game, man. Yeah, for sure. Oh, gotta love it. 2018 game I regret not playing. Easy Toys, Monsters Hunter World, World 3. There was just so many other games that I played that year, man. I just didn't have the time. So I played at least 15 different 100-hour games that year. Just fell to the wayside of me just not having enough time. 2019, a bit weirder for me. I am still playing games from 2019. Currently playing Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm about halfway through it. Loving it. I also played Super Mario Maker 2. I also want to play Star Wars The Fallen Jedi Order. So I effectively cannot make a judgment on this year, unfortunately, because I'm still playing the games. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have just made up some bullshit. I mean, I gotta play them all, and here's my choice. But I don't have any reason to lie to y'all. You know, I am a working adult American citizen and with children. So, you know, life happens, man. So, okay, there you go. And that, my friends, will conclude my list for my top games of the 2010s decade. That's right, man. If I had to pick a game that's my most favorite of all time, it would have to be... I'm not gonna say. Sorry, man. But yeah, so hopefully everybody appreciated this video. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button. And for any new people that's new to the channel, thanks for watching. If you want to see more, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. You can follow me at youtube.com/MarkJack79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yes. Fuck you, Facebook. Long story. Alright, guys. I'll see y'all on the next one. Catch you guys later.